Hey, do you remember waking up on a summer morning with absolutely nothing to do? No schedule, no activities, no camps, no rush. I remember those days very well. I'm an 80s kid, and that's what our summers were like. Did we get bored? Absolutely. But back then, boredom wasn't something people tried to fix or a problem to solve. It was just part of childhood. And somewhere along the way, things changed. And I've just been thinking about it now that my kids are almost grown and it being officially the first day of summer while I'm recording this and having an empty house for just a little while. I thought I'd make a video so we can chat about it. If you're new here, my name is Jen. I am a former homeschool mama, and our kids are almost grown. And since then, I have had time to sort of look back and reflect on things that worked for us, things that didn't, things I do the same, things I do different. And with it being the first official day of summer, then I was thinking about our past summers. And one thing I am very, very grateful for is that our summers weren't hurried. That doesn't mean that we didn't do anything. We did plenty, but we just really didn't have one of those super jam-packed summers like a lot of people do. And now that they're almost grown and I'm a little bit older, looking back, I can see how it helped them and it helped me as well. So as I said earlier, our kids are in their very early 20s, so this was only about 10 years ago when I started to notice more workshops, more camps, more activities, more summer enrichment. And as a homeschool mom, I sort of felt maybe a little added pressure because, we gotta socialize them or else they'll be weird. And are they gonna be behind or are we missing out? And it was all this talk like, make this summer count or you only get 18 summers. And it was just a lot of added pressure. And when I really stopped to think about it, I thought, I think people are starting to eliminate boredom. Boredom used to be normal, but it didn't stay boredom very long. It turned into a bike ride. It turned into an afternoon of playing on the trampoline. It turned into hanging out in the backyard, going to the beach, doing something creative, maybe doing something messy, and just hanging out together as a family. So, what did our summers look like? Well, they look pretty ordinary. We took off from school the entire summer, about 10 weeks, and I think it was good for them and it was really good for me. Some people go year round, other people follow more of a traditional schedule, and different things work for different families, but I'm glad we took off. It worked very well for us. And also, I think my husband appreciated it too because during the summers we weren't rushing off to the next thing. We still, had dinner here every night, sat around the table, talked about our day, and that is definitely a good thing and something that a lot of activities take you away from. I always try and keep little opportunities for creativity scattered around the house, whether it be through a game or some art supplies left out or something like that. And another idea I came up with that's very, very easy to do is a simple activity jar. I happen to have one right here. And it's just a mason jar with some strips of paper in it. And get them to tell you at the beginning of the summer, which is right now, get them to tell you things that they would like to do. It can be things like get to the beach or the aquarium or to the zoo or to a special store. And don't forget to always put things that can be done around the house too, like, watch a special movie together or play with water toys or something like that, or maybe go to the local pool. And when they come to you and say, Mom, I really can't find anything to do, then it's a good time to take one of these things from the activity jar and do it. And if you can't do it that day, if it's something that requires some planning, then do it like within the next 2 days. And then pick another one with something that can be done at home. And we never said I'm bored here because I always had this idea. We really didn't do it because they never really said they were bored, but I had another jar and it had lots of chores in it. And if somebody would come up and say, I'm bored, then they can, choose a chore to do. And either you're going to have one, a very clean house by the end of the summer, or two, no complaints about being bored. So it's a win-win either way. So something like a simple mason jar can do the trick. This is a little plug for my paper pie side hustle. These Never Bored books are awesome and I recommend them to everyone, and they cover a very large age range. When they came out, my kids were already a little bit older, so I didn't really use them exactly with my family, but I recommend them to everybody. They are so cool, and there are plenty of just open-ended ideas in here when you need a little bit of inspiration, and I'll drop a link to them in the bottom so you can get a closer look. But there's the original Neverboard, and then there's a Neverboard cut, fold, and stick, and my favorite is the Neverboard Outdoors. There's all kinds of fun outdoorsy things in here, and they are $14.99. So if you're a mom looking back on them years, what are some of the things that you remember most about summer? Or maybe you're a mom in the thick of things. Are you a busy family or kind of a laid back family? I'd just like to know. So let me know in the comments, and also if you consider subscribing, that would be great. I share different things from our homeschooling days as well as what I'm up to now after the lesson plans are over. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.